Good afternoon, my name is Josh from Cyclones Oz, and here is your detailed weather forecast update for the afternoon of Monday the 16th of February 2026. There's a lot to talk about today, including a lot of thunderstorm development expected across northern and far northern Queensland. Some heavy rainfall is on the forecast this weekend as well. In fact, we might be looking at a couple of 100 millimetres in a few spots. The development of a tropical low expected offshore from Western Australia, and the potential for another tropical low offshore in the Coral Sea, as well as a general outlook for what we're expecting in the southern half of the nation. So if you are brand new to my channel, please do consider subscribing, but let's get stuck straight into the weather forecast right now for your Monday afternoon. So looking at the satellite imagery, there is a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity across northern and far northern Queensland. It has eased off a little bit over the course of the last couple of hours, but it is expected to return later this afternoon and this evening. We are going to be monitoring areas, particularly through the Cape York Peninsula and north and far northern reaches of Queensland, including the Atherton Tablelands, once again for significant severe thunderstorm development. Over the last couple of days, we have had some significant severe thunderstorms over here, particularly through the Atherton Tablelands, mainly for that heavy rainfall risk, but we have seen some substantial accumulations through here, with radar estimations pushing between 100 to 300 millimetres over the last 7 days in a few spots. So it really has been quite wet for a couple of these places. A lot of moisture out here into the Gulf of Carpentaria, lots of thunderstorm activity over there overnight, and a tropical low currently situated offshore from the Coral Sea coast, or from the Queensland coast out in the Coral Sea. But this system here is going to head down towards the southeast, and this is a system that's been on our radar for the last couple of weeks here, and it's just kind of meandered around over the last 5 or 6 days, and it really hasn't done anything, and tropical cyclone genesis is no longer expected from this system here. I mean, it never was really, but it has worked to funnel a few showers ashore into the central coast and Whitsundays area, and that's going to be coming through throughout the course of today. You can actually see a couple of showers now moving into the Mackay area as I'm recording this video. Throughout the course of this afternoon, this easterly flow will pick up a little bit, and further shower and thunderstorm activity is expected this afternoon, as we've talked about. Severe thunderstorm potential is going to be there as well. We'll see these showers and thunderstorms contract closer to the far north Queensland coastline, particularly on the Pacific side of things through tomorrow and Wednesday afternoon. You can see those thunderstorms are going to be confined a little bit further towards the south as well, with the potential for severe thunderstorms extending south from the Tablelands and into the Burdekin catchment, and potentially even inland from Mackay, with a lot of shower and rainfall activity expected around here. Now, one thing that I'm noticing for Wednesday is it could go either way. We could be looking at widespread thunderstorms, or we could be looking at thunderstorms tending to rainfall at times. It's going to be how much moisture we have in the atmosphere, which right now is going to be favouring closer towards those thunderstorms tending to rainfall at times, which means Wednesday could bring some significant falls to the central coast and Whitsundays. But in terms of exactly how much right now, my number would be between 50 to 80 millimetres in a widespread capacity, with isolated falls up to about 120 millimetres. But this is definitely an aspect on the forecast that I want to investigate further in tomorrow's forecast update, so stick around and we'll have a look at this tomorrow afternoon as well. But right now, it does look like this might be a bit of a hot seat for some heavy falls on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday is something that's a lot more interesting on the rainfall side of things. We are expecting some much more moderate towards heavy falls across northern and far northern Queensland, particularly across the line between Townsville up towards Cairns. And this is a type of rainfall that's very typical for this time of the year in this corridor, where we could be seeing some localised heavy to even intense rainfall accumulations through the Harvey Range and the lower and even upper Herbert as well. What we're going to see here is a trough establish itself, and that's going to give us converging winds. We're going to see these southeasterlies come up here adjacent to that monsoon trough, which is going to be associated with the low pressure system out here into the Coral Sea, and then a weak northerly and northwesterly flow coming out of the Gulf of Carpentaria, and a bit of a northerly flow out here into the Coral Sea. And all of this is going to clash and converge into what we'll see shower and thunderstorm development in this area. Now, significant severe thunderstorm development is similar to what we've seen over the last couple of days, is generally not expected, but we may still see some pockets of severe thunderstorm activity for heavy to locally intense rainfall, but definitely some very heavy rainfall expected in this area here. So we're talking about the Palima Dam, the Rolling Stern, the Hingebrook area, Ingham, Halifax, Cardwell even, and then up to about Innisfail and Tully, maybe pushing as far north as Cairns, but right now forecast models are not too keen on that solution at this point in time. Forecast models are very happy with the significant rainfall potential though. I mean, we could be talking about 3-day rainfall accumulations in these areas approaching 300 or 400 millimetres. Now, I do understand that that is nothing out of this world, particularly for this time of the year across far northern Queensland, but we have to keep in mind that forecast models generally do a fantastic job at underestimating the amount of rainfall that comes through from weather events like this. So if we've got 250 millimetres here on the access forecast, the convective modelling might be showing closer to about 500 or 600 millimetres, and that means that, you know, half a metre of rainfall coming through Thursday, Friday and Saturday is not out of the question at this point in time. This is one of those rainfall events, or could be one of those rainfall events, that really does catch us off guard. Again, that doesn't matter an awful lot, because far north Queensland can cope with this amount of rainfall, and if we were to have a look at our soil moisture values up in the far north, whilst we're not in drought conditions at all at this point in time, we are still seeing some moisture anomalies getting closer to average, if not even a little bit below average, and particularly by the time we get out towards the end of this week, there are going to be some drier spots along the Cassowary coast, which means rivers will be quite slow to respond, relatively speaking. My rule of thumb on an event like this is 400 or 500 millimeters is when minor flooding starts to become a concern, 700 millimeters for moderate flooding, and about 1,000 millimeters for major flooding to become a concern from a weather event like this. I don't expect major flooding from this. Moderate flooding would be a very big stretch, and minor flooding, whilst it is a possibility, and in fact it could occur across the Herbert and even the rivers around the Harvey Range and into Townsville, minor flooding is generally speaking not a concern. So this is going to be a weather event that's worth keeping an eye on, but in terms of worrying about right now or making plans around at this point in time, it definitely would be overkill right now, just considering the fact there is still considerable uncertainty with the forecast modelling, and we still need to give it a couple of days here to really, iron out and see what's going to occur here across northern and far northern Queensland, at least on the forecast modelling side of things. But yeah, definitely some good potential starting Thursday, especially carrying through on Friday, and then even in towards Saturday as well. There is going to be some great potential for rainfall up here, and even the potential development of another tropical low pressure system by the time this weekend rolls around. The ensembles have been very keen on this over the last couple of weeks, but how many times have we said this? This is a very uncertain picture right now across into the Coral Sea. It feels like it's been weeks where the forecast models have been throwing out a system into the latter part of the short range or the medium range forecast modelling, and this system just never eventuates or never really gets itself off the ground. This one here as well seems to be no different. Whilst it's showing up on the forecast models, I do fear that it is going to be another one of those, one run wonders where it sticks around for a couple of days and then buggers off and gets postponed and pushed back, and we never see a tropical low or a tropical cyclone come out of this. So no matter what you see over in the news in the next couple of days, whilst there is a potential for a tropical low heading up into the first couple of days of March, in terms of the risk for Queensland right now, it's absolutely non-existent because no system is developed and a system is still yet to develop, and in terms of the risk right now, there's no direct land impacts as a tropical cyclone on any reputable forecast model out there. It's still a system that's worth monitoring at this point in time, so I'll keep you updated on that. Down into southeast Queensland, still a bit of remnant cloud activity from what we had this week, and the rainfall event was, for some people, particularly around the Brisbane and the Ipswich area and those further inland towards Toowoomba, what you would call a fizzer. We really failed to see those extreme rainfall accumulations eventuate in those more densely populated areas, but that wasn't really the forecast, and I feel like that's a bit of a misconception coming out with the forecast modelling right now, is that we had those big numbers forecast in Brisbane, but I was always skeptical of whether or not those big numbers were going to develop. Still though, even by my forecast, which was 100 to 150 millimeters in the Brisbane area, isolated pockets of 200 millimeters. That was very disappointing to see that not eventuate, especially in areas that did need it. But the good news is, and this is a very important silver lining, the main water catchments for the Brisbane area up into the Sunshine Coast hinterland and through the Wivenhoe Outlook, they had some bigger numbers, 200, 300 millimeters in a few spots, and particularly down towards the Hinds Dam, just inland from the Gold Coast here, within the Narang River and around Springbrook, where they had nearly 500 millimeters of rainfall on Thursday and into Friday. These dams and rivers have been topped up. They're now flowing quite hard, and we have had some significant water contributions to the watershed around the Brisbane area, which has been fantastic. And the fact that this came through in the form of soaking rainfall, where a lot of places picked up between 50 to 80 millimeters, tanks are now full, backyards are looking a lot more greener. So this rainfall event here actually couldn't have gone a lot better for many areas. Around the Brisbane area, it could have been a little bit heavier. We could have had a bit more rainfall coming through, but I feel like under 100 millimeters and how it fell was very much ideal. We weren't talking about that flooding risk. I definitely do think that the sandbagging situation was quite overkill. But again, if those 500 millimeter accumulations from Springbrook swung any further north into the Brisbane area, which it wouldn't have taken much for that to happen, we would have been looking at a whole different story. So that is very good news that that didn't eventuate. A couple more showers coming through today, not expecting anything in the way of heavy falls, maybe 10 millimeters at the most for the Sunshine Coast, but these showers and rainfall accumulations will ease off as we head out to the afternoon. You can see pushing the forecast forward through Tuesday, then into Wednesday. Right now, rainfall non-existent through south and southeastern Queensland. No thunderstorms, no showers, nothing. We do see an area of isolated thunderstorm activity and potential developing towards northeastern New South Wales as we head in towards Friday. This will be a bit of a day to watch. We might be talking about a straight line damaging wind risk in a few spots across northeastern New South Wales, maybe even an isolated hail risk as well. This weekend does hold a bit better storm potential as well in towards northeastern New South Wales, but this can be a day where we need to monitor. And one reason why we don't look at thunderstorm forecasts in great detail more than about 3 or 4 days in advance is because thunderstorms are hyper-localized and very sensitive to triggers that do do come through. And the triggering factor here is going to be that southeasterly change. You can see southeast or southerly winds here pushing up in towards the thunderstorm zone, and that's going to be clashing with these northerlies, and similar to what's going to generate the rainfall this weekend in northern Queensland, but in a bit of a different fashion. These clashing winds will result in an area of elevated instability and convective energy and allow for thunderstorms to get themselves going. But if this southerly change pushes through sooner, we'll see thunderstorms develop further south. If it pushes through later, we'll see thunderstorms develop further north. And that is a variable that can be off by a couple of hours, but drastically change where thunderstorm development does end up. So we will keep an eye on this situation here, but I don't think that it's something that we need to be forecasting about or, making plans around at this point in time. Plus, conditions don't look overly favourable for anything too crazy to pop off. There is some elevated instability across the central coast of New South Wales, particularly north of Sydney up to about Port Macquarie, but that is about it. In terms of the risk for Brisbane right now, I'm not seeing any elevated areas of instability or even thunderstorm potential as we head out into the last week of February. It really doesn't look like a possibility at this point in time, but again, we will keep an eye on the situation. March and April can sometimes give us some significant thunderstorm development through southeastern Queensland, but mostly for the straight line damaging wind risk and potentially even heavy rainfall. Hail becomes a much more minimal threat once we head out towards March and April into the back half of thunderstorm season. But yeah, that high end stuff that we saw back in November and December, pretty much all done and dusted now for southeastern Queensland. In terms of the short to medium range forecast across southern Australia, we do have a bit of a cold front that's expected to brush through across the southeast, and that's going to come through tomorrow afternoon. Areas of thunderstorm development expected across the lower southeast of South Australia, potentially even to the upper southeast, and then into the northern areas of kind of their pastoral districts as well, towards the north of Adelaide, moving up into the Flinders Ranges. Really shoddy with the geography this morning. Thunderstorms possible into Victoria, but mainly for the south areas. We might see a few showers as well move through Victoria. Showers and thunderstorms also possible through Tasmania. Up to 50 millimetres onto the west coast is a possibility, and then that westerly flow really does ramp up through the remainder of this week, and more shower and thunderstorm activity is expected through Tasmania as we head out to about Friday, Saturday and Sunday, as well as another approaching cold front builds across the southeast. Up into northwestern WA, showers and rainfall expected to be prevalent through the Kimberley region and also parts of the Pilbara. We do have a developing area of low pressure. This low pressure system is really hard to spot in the satellite imagery, but it's somewhere within this red circle here. Broome has had 125 millimetres overnight, with the rain gauge still filling up with water, and we are seeing some significant rainfall developing and some significant thunderstorm activity developing around this tropical low. Over the next couple of days, heavy falls are expected towards the south of Broome down to about Port Hedland, and in this blue circle here, rainfall accumulations may approach 400 millimetres in a few spots. Broome should see a further 150 millimetres on top of the 125 millimetres that they've had overnight. There is some decent rainfall coming through there. Rainfall will begin to ease off for Broome and draw closer to the coastline on or around Port Hedland through Tuesday and Wednesday, and we might be seeing some isolated 100 to 150 millimetre falls embedded within a swathe of 20 to 80 millimetre rainfall accumulations across the Pilbara coastline of Western Australia as this tropical low moves out to sea and then adjacent to the coastline. Tropical cyclone Genesis is not expected because of unfavourable conditions, but this system looks like it's going to take a similar track to Tropical Cyclone Mitchell, just be a whole lot weaker, so not expecting anything to come through as a result, or no risk to the West Australian coastline as a result. But much more shower and thunderstorm activity across northwestern WA, including into the north interior and also parts of the Kimberley and the Pilbara, will continue to make a mess of the road network out here, so if you are travelling through, make sure you proceed with caution, stay up to date with the road authorities, and make sure you are ready to deal with some significant rainfall accumulations and some water over the road in a few spots. The Fitzroy River is at the minor flooding alert, and with the Fitzroy River running through here and a lot of the rainfall forecast to fall just south of the Fitzroy River, there is a substantial flooding concern into the Fitzroy catchment. We might be seeing water levels approaching the moderate flooding alert here into the latter parts of the Fitzroy River as we head out towards the end of the week. It is going to be a bit of a touch and go situation, considering the rainfall is going to fall a little bit further towards the south of the Fitzroy River and just outside of the catchment, but residual rainfall accumulations and further shower and thunderstorm activity through the afternoon hours of today, Tuesday and Wednesday, could bring those water levels up towards the moderate flooding alert through pockets of the Fitzroy River. So please do keep that in mind as well. There is that chance there. Flooding on a good note is beginning to ease out of northwestern Queensland, but with further rainfall up there, that'll be a situation that needs to be monitored quite closely. That though is going to do it though for today's weather forecast update. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do consider subscribing and also leave a like on the video whilst you're at it. A lot more still to come over the course of this week, and we're going to be watching far northern and northern Queensland like a hawk over the coming couple of days, so make sure you do stick around for that. But that'll do it for me this Monday. Have a great day. A special shout out to the channel sponsors as well, and I'll catch you on the next storm. Goodbye.